Dostan, if you had to pick the most dangerous planet in our solar system, which one would it be? You might think of the crushing gravity of Jupiter or the radioactive frozen deserts of Mars. But the real nightmare world is actually our closest neighbor, Venus. There's a strange paradox here. Mercury is much closer to the Sun, yet Venus is significantly hotter. The reason is a runaway greenhouse effect. Venus is wrapped in an atmosphere so thick with carbon dioxide that it acts like a massive thermal blanket, trapping heat and refusing to let it escape. It is a planetary cautionary tale, a world that has reached a terminal heat trap from which there is no recovery. Surface temperatures on Venus reach a staggering 465 degrees Celsius, or roughly 900 degrees Fahrenheit. To put that in perspective, that is more than enough heat to turn a solid block of lead into liquid. If you were standing on the surface, you would see a desolate, rocky landscape glowing dull red in the heat, an environment that never cools down, even at night. No biological life can survive here, and standard earthbound materials like plastics or even some metals would simply melt or vaporize upon contact. Venus doesn't just have extreme weather, its basic physics are broken. On this planet, the sun rises in the west and sets in the east. This happens because of a mechanical conflict. The sun's gravitational tidal torque tries to slow the planet down, but the torque from Venus's own massive thermal atmospheric bulge pushes in the other direction. This creates a mathematical absurdity. It takes Venus 243 Earth days to complete one rotation, but only 225 days to orbit the sun. A single day on Venus is literally longer than its year. It is proof that an atmosphere can be so powerful that it physically alters the rotation of an entire planet. The air isn't just hot, it's incredibly heavy. Surface pressure on Venus is 90 times higher than on Earth, the equivalent of being crushed 1 kilometer deep in the ocean. The weather is equally hostile, with persistent, thick clouds of concentrated sulfuric acid that would corrode almost any material we send there. Because those clouds are opaque, we had to map the terrain using radar technology to see through the haze and reveal the volcanic plains below. In 1982, the Soviet Venera 13 probe managed to land, but even with its heavy armor, it only functioned for 127 minutes before the environment destroyed it. On Venus, the atmosphere is a physical weapon that makes exploration with current human technology nearly impossible. It's hard to believe, but Venus and Earth likely started as identical twins. Early in its life, Venus may have even had its own liquid water oceans. Today, the planet serves as a storyboard for Earth, showing the catastrophic endpoint of what happens when a carbon cycle fails. But a modern mystery hides in the clouds. Scientists detected traces of phosphine gas in the temperate atmospheric layers. This is significant because, under Venus's harsh conditions, phosphine shouldn't exist. Its presence suggests unknown chemistry or aerial microbial life using clouds as a refuge. Venus is a world of total duality, a surface that guarantees death, and a sky that might hold the secret to alien life. NASA is preparing to investigate these findings. The Da Vinci and Veritas missions will return to Venus by 2030 to measure the atmospheric composition and map the surface in higher detail than ever before. Aapko kya lagta hai? Is there life in the Venusian clouds? Tell us which planet we should explore next in the comments. By studying our evil twin, we are ultimately learning how to protect the